Hey guys, welcome to Coffee Combos. I'm super excited today because my friend Danielle is here again.
According to Danielle, she is the most requested Coffee Combos guest. So Danielle, welcome back.
Hi guys. I'm black by popular demand. I mean back.
That was so
I do
funny,
think
Danielle.
I am the most requested guest.
Definitely on Twitter, we have gotten so many demands to have you back. That's
It's
for sure.
probably between me and Javi. Because people always want to just hear his
No, we don't
But you know
even
what?
hear about Javi
I don't
anymore.
care. Yeah, and I don't think people care to hear from him anymore.
Oh, well, a has-been.
Right. Nobody cares to have Javi anymore.
Oh.
So, welcome back. What's been new?
I feel like the last time we talked, was I already in Atlanta? Did
You
I
were
move?
already in Atlanta. Yeah.
And I was staying here.
You had just moved,
I still,
though.
yeah, and I still have the same job. Unfortunately, it's such a change of pace because last time I was so excited about my new job,
Right.
And now I'm like, now I need another new job,
Right.
So it's been a little hectic and crazy, but I'm alive
Right, and well.
and well. Yeah.
And Danielle might be my assistant.
Oh, so you're gonna work for Lindsie.
Well, yeah, Lindsie.
Work with
Work
is
with
my preferred.
Okay, fair
That's-
enough.
that's
That's
nice
nice.
of you.
That's really nice of you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm good at having creative ideas. Honestly, it's kind of part of my major as a public relations and advertising major to do stuff like that. So we'll see what
And
happens.
like when I was at the beach, I just feel like, I don't know, everybody, you're always busy whenever you're doing something. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I can handle everything up until the point of I go somewhere. And then I want to be on vacation and I don't want to be at my phone, but then I get home and I have like 150 emails.
Right.
That's
And
the
it's-
hardest
that need
part
answering
is
and
like
stuff.
putting
Yeah.
your phone down and not working on vacation.
Yes.
Because I find even if I like go out to dinner, I'm on my phone doing stuff for work.
And it's crazy because, like, for example, Will, he has a corporate job. So, you know, he also has a work from home option. So I did notice that he checked his email a little more frequently just because he probably didn't want to be slammed when he got back to work, but it wasn't
Right.
required for him to do that. As an entrepreneur and somebody who works unconventionally, it's very hard not to answer those kind of things because it's like, okay, that's money.
Right.
You know, that's business.
As a marketing director, though, I find myself checking my phone a lot too.
Even when you're not working?
Like even when I'm not working, and I don't want to say I don't get paid for that, but like who's clocking my hours when I'm constantly in my emails, like responding to things or answering my phone because everyone has my cell phone number. Like I don't get reimbursed for that, which kind of bothers me because I'm like,
You're working.
I could spend 20 hours a week in my emails and on my phone, and
not getting paid
I'm
for
not
it.
getting I'm not getting paid for it.
Oh,
So I
wow.
do have a work from home option as well, but like I have to sit down and I have to track it and I have to do all that. So the most hours I get is when I'm in the store and I clock in and I'm just sitting on my laptop or I'm helping with.
So
the
basically, what it boils down to is that you need a new job. You want a new job.
I would.
Or
I
a job in
desire a new
addition
job.
to.
Yeah, and I do. Right now I'm working 3 jobs, which is crazy to say. I do work with the Braves now.
That's so
and
fun.
It is so fun. I love it. So I'm going to see if I can do something with them as well. But the thing is, like, I'm just ready to expand and put my feelers out to see what else I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a city of opportunity, and I don't want to just...
Limit yourself, essentially.
Right.
So, since we last talked to you on the podcast, you were dating, right? So, do you have any funny dating stories lately? Because that's really what I was looking forward to hearing.
Same.
I would not be Dan the man. Dan not the man. Oh, my gosh, Lindsie, I'm you.
Dan, not the man.
She's me.
I would not be Dan not the man if I didn't have a story for you guys. And it's crazy. At the beginning of the year, this guy texts me, and he's like, hey, it's so-and-so. And I'm like...
But wait, back up. How did he find you?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
He's like, hey, it's so-and-so. And I'm like, well, who's so-and-so? He's like, remember you got my number in December when you were out? And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I remember you. He had given me his number while we were out at the bar. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, you just disappeared. Like, it was like, new year, new you, and you just deleted me from your life. He's like, oh, I was going through a lot. Like, we should really hang out.
AKA,
like,
he had a girlfriend.
I had
Yeah.
more free time, so we went out. And I'm like, did you have a girlfriend? Is that was that the issue? And he's like, oh, like, I was trying to move and I had to deal with this and I got a new job and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, whatever, okay, I'm buying your story. So we go out and we
I'm
get
buying
drinks.
what you're selling, honey.
Right.
And he was so nice and so sweet. And I took him to this place he had never been to before.
You took him somewhere.
Like, I pointed out the place.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, let's go get drinks at this little dive bar. It's called Docks. And I'm like, they have like $3 margaritas on a certain night. Let's go. And he's like, okay, cool. So we just had a couple drinks and we talked, and he was really cool and down to earth, and he was funny. And my aunt's friend was there at the bar. And he came over. He came, it's a guy. He came over and said hi to us and spoke and everything like that. Fast forward to the next week. I text the guy. I'm like, do you want to go out this week? And he's like, oh, not tonight. I have something to do. Like, I'm going to be playing 2K or something dumb.
He's gonna be playing all right.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's fine. We'll just catch up like another weekend or something. So literally the next day, my aunt's friend was like, oh, I saw your friend out at the same bar you guys were at, and he was with another girl. And I was like, what? He took someone else to the bar that I took him to. And so I texted him. I'm like, oh, I thought you were busy this week. And he's like, I was. I'm like, but you went to Doc's last night. He was like, why were you there? And I was like, I should have said, yeah, like, I was there and I saw you. But I was just like, no, like, somebody I know saw you. And he blocked my number. Literally blocked it right after that.
All right, guys, let's take a break and talk about actually taking a break and talking to somebody that you can trust. Talkspace is an online therapy company that lets you message licensed therapists from anywhere at any time. All you need is a computer with internet connection or the Talkspace mobile app. That means that you can improve your mental health even if you have had trouble making time for it in the past. And I know that I have. When I went through, marriage struggles, I felt like it was so hard to find a therapist in person that could meet my time restrictions and my husband's time restrictions with a child. And I actually looked for somebody to be able to talk to over the phone that we could just, kind of maybe he could do it on his lunch break and I could do it from home while my child was at school. So it was much more accommodating to be able to do over the phone. So with Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message. Get something off your chest whenever you need to and talk about everyday challenges at work or at home. Just to chat about life. There are no extra commutes, no leaving the office, no judgments. Just like I said, like the commuting thing was a deal breaker for me, but I know that we needed to talk to a professional. So I wish I knew about this then. Remember that therapy isn't just about venting your innermost thoughts or digging into childhood memories. It's also about practical everyday strategies for stress management and living a happier life. So the Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing life challenges we all face to match with the perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy. You can go to Talkspace.com/coffee and use code coffee to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. That's coffee and Talkspace.com/coffee. Let's get back to it.
I don't want to ever date ever again.
That's why.
But honestly, it didn't hurt my feelings that bad because I'm just like,
because it doesn't sound like you guys were right. Like you weren't invested because you were like, "Are you busy this week?" Like it's not like, "Are you busy tonight?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so like that's a good thing, but that's horrible.
I just felt like.
So did she text you when she saw him there?
It was a guy.
Yeah. No, so my aunt saw her friend the next day and she was like, "Oh yeah, my basically friend told me that Derek was there." It's fine.
He blocked you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
fuck you, Derek.
But whatever. He's a has-been as well.
Has-been.
So currently, though, I am dating someone.
Oh, okay. So tell us the story. What's his name?
His name's Justin. And I was out with my friend, and his friend was like trying to like holla. Mm-hmm. And my friend's like, no, like it's okay. And he's like, what do I have to do? And she's like, buy us drinks. And the guy was literally like, I'm not about to buy your friend a drink. I have someone around here that will take care of her. And I'm like, dang, now I got to be the wingman if this goes somewhere. And I turn around into this guy, and he was so handsome. Like, handsome, great smile, tall. And I'm like...
Does he have a job?
He does have a job.
Does he have a car?
Yes, he has a car.
Does he have a home?
He does have a home.
Okay, so he's already past round 1.
Yes, he has no kids.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Or no kids that he knows about.
Right.
No, he has no kids.
How old is he?
He's 25.
Okay.
Or I'm 23.
And so how long have y'all been dating?
So we met in March, right before my birthday.
March?
Yeah, our
That's a
birthdays
long
are in
time
March.
ago.
He might be 26, actually. His birthday just passed, and honestly,
Happy
I don't
birthday,
remember.
Justin.
I'm sorry. So we met in March, and we've just been getting to know each other and hanging out and all that stuff. And
So are you exclusively dating him?
Yes.
And he's exclusively dating you?
Yes.
Because it has to be both ways.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, because sometimes
One is
the
exclusive.
water's a little murky.
Right.
It's like,
No, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear, and like he's a great guy. Like he doesn't like when I don't have gas in my car because he doesn't want me to pump gas at night by myself.
oh my gosh, that's a dream boat.
Yeah, and
Like,
like
he doesn't let us pump gas.
he asks about my mental health, which is really important to me, only because I get overwhelmed sometimes, and like he's always like bringing me
Like,
back.
he's your piece.
Yeah, and he literally tells me when I'm doing too much. Like they'll be like, "Yo, you need to calm down. You're talking too loud. You're doing too much," and I appreciate that. So.
He keeps you grounded.
I
He
love
does.
him.
That's awesome.
So when do I get to meet him?
You're leaving tomorrow, so I don't know when you come back. You can meet him whenever. Like
Okay, so y'all, I'm going to meet him next time I come.
She said, when are you coming back? That means it's serious.
Right. Or are you going to bring him home at all?
like to see my mom. Mm-hmm. I mean, eventually. I
Okay.
have met his mom.
You have? How did that go? Did she like you? Do you like her?
I mean, she's like
To meet the
it's
parents,
like-
that's a big deal.
It is
it's
a big
like
deal.
Yeah.
We met in passing at first, and then like I have sat down, but it hasn't been like a one-on-one thing with his mom.
Okay.
Like his family's nice. So
What's he look like?
Let me see a picture of him. Where's your phone?
he's just like this chocolate ball of handsome.
Chocolate ball of handsome.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna hear
That's
this
like
and be
when
like,
you used to talk
"What
about
are you
Jamaica.
talking
That's how
about?"
you would talk about him.
I have a screenshot of us on FaceTime because
Let
we
me
don't really
see
take a
a
lot of pictures.
picture of him.
How do people feel about
Please don't
screenshots
mind.
on FaceTime?
Oh, I don't care. I feel like
I don't
it's-
like it.
Well, see, it bothers me if they're like one of my friends. I was
First of all,
FaceTiming.
don't mind the drawing on my. I did that
and
on
he just
accident.
texted you.
Did he really?
Wow,
I wanna
y'all
see.
are so cute.
Yeah.
I don't mind the screenshots on FaceTime.
Oh,
I do feel like it's like, okay, smile, I'm about to take a screenshot. But don't do
Yeah.
it randomly because then you're being shady.
Right, and then
Yeah.
my
Like,
double
where are you
chins
posting
are
this?
out,
And I'm like-
and
yeah, it's like you look all busted and
Yeah,
you
for
haven't
sure.
showered yet, and you're like, okay, but you have on a full face of makeup. And
I wish that
would
they
like,
did like filters like Snapchat on FaceTime so that we could mask our ugly.
be cute.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually people FaceTime me when I'm not ready. Like I'm like,
I will literally leave my FaceTime pointed to the ceiling and like talk.
I will
because
literally not answer
look
at
like
all.
trash. Like my skin breaks out.
you were definitely like that. Like,
Yeah,
But I also don't like when people randomly FaceTime me. Like, you need an appointment. You
Yeah.
need to text me. We need to set this up.
agreed.
Like, don't just randomly FaceTime me.
I'm actually not gonna lie. I love when people randomly FaceTime me because I feel
Really?
like
They're thinking of you?
it's more than a text. Like they're literally like,
Okay,
hey, what's
yeah,
up?
if it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. But if it's just
No,
like a
no,
person.
guys. That a random FaceTime is not a thing. Like that's an appointment set up that you are in my daytime planner.
Not your boyfriend, though. Your boyfriend can FaceTime at any time. Like, Will could FaceTime you at any time. Although he doesn't have an iPhone, so maybe not.
Will has Android, so he doesn't even know what FaceTime
But,
probably
like,
is.
if I'm dating someone or.
No, they still can't
They can FaceTime me at any time.
because I still need to look good. Like, don't you
I don't
feel
care
like
what I look like to my boyfriend or girlfriend, but.
that's when you should care the most? I feel like
Really?
Yeah.
If you can't accept me at my ugly, like my man or my girl, like they can't accept any of me. But like friends or like if I was to be dating, which I'm not.
No, because don't you just like want to look so good and then be like, oh damn, like I've really got it good. Don't you
mean,
want them to
First of
think
all,
that?
I don't.
They know they have it
so
good, like,
no
even
funny
if-
dating stories, like you know.
No, I was in Virginia. I did a road trip. So I drove to Jersey to see my mom, and then I doubled back. I stopped in Delaware. I stopped in D.C.
Did you stop
And
to
I
see me?
stopped in Virginia. Yeah, that was the time,
Oh,
the day
okay,
before Lex's
okay.
birthday. And some guy gave me his number in the liquor store, and I'm like,
Why is it
okay.
always drinking involved where you're going?
See, I could
Because-
never meet somebody at the bar because I feel like that's what kind of person they are.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I
Girl,
grew up.
I like to go to the bar sometimes.
True, that's true. I don't like to
And,
go to the bar.
It's not like an ongoing thing. Like, but if my friends are here and they're like, "Let's do something," we're gonna go to the bar.
But I grew up being told if you find him in a bar, you'll leave him in a bar.
I also
That's kind of like what I was thinking.
I
Yeah.
grew up being told that if you buy a man a pair of shoes, he'll use them to walk out of your life. And
Yes.
that did happen to me.
That has, every time.
Oh, wait, what?
If you buy a man a pair of shoes, he will use them to walk out of your life.
Oh, wow. Let's take a quick break to tell you guys about our new sponsor, Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free.
They strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy. This is a very non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time without, the insecurity. So, you can join with confidence. I have always been afraid to do anything with stocks and investing because I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing. So I just found the service to be really helpful for myself.
Other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. So who would not want to do that? The design of the app has easy-to-understand charts and market data. You can place your trade in just 4 taps of your smartphone.
Learn by doing. Discover new stocks and track favorite companies with personalized newsfeed, custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest.
Robinhood is giving listeners a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. So you guys can sign up at coffee.robinhood.com. That's coffee.robinhood.com. Okay, let's get back to the show.
One time when I was a senior in high school, my cousin's friend who lived in Virginia, and we were talking and we liked each other, but he was in Virginia, I was in Jersey, and we were both graduating high school at the same time. And he's like, hey, we should really exchange gifts. If we're gonna graduate, let's do it. And he's like, we'll keep it under 100 and it'll just be simple. So I picked out this cute Tiffany bracelet that was on sale, and he picked out a pair of sneakers, and my little dumbass was like, okay, I'll have them shipped to your house. Guys, I never even got my bracelet. I never even talked to the boy after that, and he's married now.
He didn't give you a bracelet?
No.
And you shipped them to his house?
I shipped the shoes to his house.
He got those shoes?
First of all, why wouldn't y'all have exchanged in person?
Because
he
lived
lived
all
far
the way
apart.
in Virginia.
Oh, but you got, okay.
And I was dumb when I was 17, 18.
Yeah, I was
So
too.
he ghosted you after he got the shoes?
He didn't really ghost me. We talked a little bit, and then he kind of ghosted, and then literally
Did you ask where your bracelet was?
a year and a half, maybe 2 years later, he showed up again and messaged me on Twitter, and he's like, hey, how have you been? I'm like, are you just gonna try to come back in my life? You didn't even give me my bracelet. And he's like, I didn't mean something dumb.
Oh,
he was going through a lot, and
no, thank you.
And now he's married.
Okay, well, leave him married.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She'll probably
Just
leave him at some point because that's
especially
after she hears this.
I don't know if she ever will. She doesn't know who it is.
Okay, well,
so she doesn't know who you are.
No, I don't even know.
What if she does and you don't know that she knows who you are?
I don't feel like he would be like, yeah, one time I didn't buy this girl a bracelet when she sent me these sneakers that I wear all the time. He said that he still wore the sneakers, and he would tell people that someone really special for him got them. And I was just like,
that would have
cool.
been your cue to
Cool.
be like, where's my bracelet, though?
yeah.
but that's not
I was like, that's not comforting to me that you
right.
wear them.
You tell somebody that I'm special, but that's it.
No.
No,
See?
thank you. Have a nice day.
No. So wait. So you're dating this guy because I don't even know what dating looks like.
I think dating looks like you meet somebody at a bar on Tinder and then you cheat on each other.
Wow.
Weekly,
Oh my gosh, no.
And then someone doesn't pay for your chicken wings and then they walk out of your life. That's essentially what it looks like.
Honestly,
to date.
okay, so
Danielle got lucky because
it's trial and error. A lot of dating is trial and error. No matter where you go, you can be out at the grocery store. People
I have never
given me
met a
their
man at a
number.
grocery store.
People have given me their number at the grocery store.
That is a lie.
I have
Walmart
a
is
completely
like the
different.
club.
She said Walmart's like a club.
It is. In Atlanta, it's like the club. People are there preying on people. Take you to the club? No, but it's a lot of trial and error. And some people look at dating or you date a lot of people as a bad thing, but you dating them doesn't mean that.
See,
having
I
sex
look at
with
it like
them.
that.
Yeah.
No.
I look at it like that.
But
You also don't have to go public with every person you date, and I've made that mistake.
because then you feel dumb when things
I feel
don't
so
work
dumb.
out.
Right. Even last year, 2 people in 1 year, I wasn't necessarily dating them, but I went public as talking to them, and I'm like, now I
Yeah.
feel fucking stupid. So I feel like just because you date them doesn't mean you're fucking them. And even if you are, it's nobody's business. But you also don't have to make it public. Like, it is kind of trial and error in that sense.
Yeah, and it's just like we're learning. And like as a young adult, I have learned that my relationship now is going to be way different than the relationship I had in college. Like, I can't see him every day. And I can't, we're not going to spend every night together because we're both adults. We both work regular jobs. Like, and so...
That's very mature, Danielle.
Thank you. I'm very okay with that. Like, especially because he is very calm and like very chill and like is always like, just relax.
But you're not
easy.
afraid that maybe this is just my PTSD, but you're not like afraid he's cheating.
Mm-mm.
I think that is PTSD because I feel like, okay, if you're not with somebody 7 days out of the week and you're worried about them cheating on you because they were with you 6 and not with you 1, then there are deeper issues than the cheating.
Right.
And but even if I was to I think if I was to be with someone like new, which I don't want to, but if I was to, I think I would just automatically assume that, even if they never gave me the reason.
It's because of bad experience from the past. Like, you're bringing bad stuff into a new relationship.
So you're not like concerned?
I'm always, I would say, aware that it is a possibility.
Okay.
But he has never given me any indication or any reason to not trust him.
Right. Okay.
But
so he's the same way with me. Like, he's like, you have never given me a reason not to trust you, so I don't have those concerns with you.
But I feel like if they go out and do that, then they're doing you a favor in the long run. Like, why would you try to keep them from doing that to you if that's who they are as a person?
Right, like, show me your true colors.
Yeah, show me your true colors.
I think it's like a hurt thing.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't ever see it coming, and so it's like a hurt thing, and now it's like, and so now I wouldn't say that I would try to prevent it from happening because you can't. They're going to do what they're going to do no matter what. But I just am, I guess, want to be prepared for the hurt that's coming. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, you expect hurt to come.
Right.
And that's the issue because then you're always like expecting it. And like, the thing is, we have spent a lot of time getting to know each other. So like, we work on that and we talk a lot. Like, we talk about everything. So
sure.
Communication is key. Like, you have to know somebody and how they tick because not everybody is the same. Like, if you were with somebody, their habits are not going to necessarily be the same as your habits.
It's like the five love languages. I think we've talked about it before.
What are your 2? Because everybody has 2, right?
Mine's acts of service, and I forget the other one. It's been so long since I took it. But
is acts of service the same as like giving gifts?
No, they're 2 different things. So giving gifts is like, okay, well, I was thinking of you while I was out, so I got this for you.
Okay.
Acts of service is I filled your gas tank, went and washed your car for you while you were taking a nap.
Okay.
So that you wouldn't have to do it before work.
I never took the test, but I feel like mine are words of affirmation and quality time.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't even have to do anything with him. I literally can just sit
around
and be
him.
happy, like around him.
Right. Is touch one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Physical
Okay.
touch.
Physical touch and quality time would be mine.
I know for me, how I give love is different than how I receive it. So like for me, if Chris was to have filled up my gas tank, I'm going to appreciate that. But how I show it is I'm getting a gift.
Okay.
And I think that part stems from like my childhood. So during my childhood,
Got it.
my mom would buy love. And so I think in that aspect, that's where that came from. But I don't necessarily need a gift for you to show me you love me.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so we must stop and reiterate the new fall FabFitFun box that's here. I can't stop raving about it because I love all the products. They're full size. FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box for busy women to discover new full-size brands and products for a life well-lived in fashion, beauty, home, fitness, and wellness, delivered 4 times a year for just $49.99 a box. I'm obsessed.
I also love the service. It's just so great. You guys, in every box, you get a Glam Glow bubble sheet mask, which I've talked about before on the podcast.
I did try mine.
I love them.
I tried one, and I never used them before, and I was obsessed because it like bubbles over the 3 minutes that you keep it on your face.
I love it so much. It's just like so clean feeling too.
Yeah,
like whenever
afterwards.
you take it off. I love FabFitFun because I never know what I'm going to get in my box, and I feel like every season I say it's the best box, and then the next season the box comes and I say that's the best box. So I feel like it gets better every time. So for those of you who have not tried it, it's definitely a go-to subscription service that you guys should try.
I loved it because I told you guys last time that it started raining all week and I got the umbrella in the box. I got the pink floral one. I love that umbrella, so we love it.
I feel like it's items that
are useful, like they're
like
practical.
You want them.
Yes.
They're practical items, but it's not something that you would think to go to the store. Like it allows you to be able to try things that you might not necessarily put in your cart on a regular day.
Right. And so like, but it's nice because you get to try the full size too.
Exactly.
So, sign up for FabFitFun today to get your fall box. Use our code COFFEE to get $10 off your first box. Go to fabfitfun.com to start getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code COFFEE to get $10 off your first box. That's over $200 for only $39.99. Go to fabfitfun.com and use our code COFFEE to get $10 off your first FabFitFun box.
I think I like to show someone like over time that I'm loyal to that person, you know, like I am going to be loyal to you. I love you, you know,
So,
but
like,
I might not necessarily say it, but it's by like things that I do.
So acts of service.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am very like mushy. Like
I
can't
totally
affectionate.
not. God.
I can't even say like it's sometimes. It's like all the time. Like I can't. Sometimes I can't even go like 2 days without saying how much I just appreciate him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know he's the opposite of that. But like it doesn't bother him that
You're
so
like
mushy.
super mushy.
Yeah.
I'm super, super, super mushy when I'm like super in love.
But see,
like,
I'm not at
when
all.
I was with Javi,
I'm
it was like,
distant.
don't touch me, don't try to have sex with me, don't come near me, just stay away from me. Actually,
I'm a distant human though.
yes, yeah.
Do you feel like
yeah,
that?
I get that vibe from you for sure.
But that's in all aspects of my life other than Jackson.
Right. And
That's with everybody.
I was kind of raised like really family orientated and like they love me and like it's kind of like I love to love people.
Right.
So
I'm just a fucked up individual. So
I think you just
Aren't we
have,
all?
I think you just have fucked up thoughts.
oh, good, okay.
I'm just
That
saying,
doesn't
like,
make it any better.
you're not a fucked up person. You just like the thoughts you think in your head are like how you expect someone to like do bad to you is like a
That's
thought
so
in your
warped.
head.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
see what you're saying.
yeah, but I don't know how to not be a distant person.
Right, you don't know any different.
Like, I don't like people. Okay, when I first like started podcasting with Kail, I feel like when you would come somewhere, like you would try to give me a hug and like I side hug because
You don't know how to.
I don't know how to
That's
do
true.
that.
It would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, Lindsie.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Hey.
And I'm the opposite of that. Like I don't even know.
you're like, bring it in, give me a hug.
Yeah, like I'm like a ball of like just like
But how do you be
affection.
that?
It's just how I was raised.
I don't know. It's
that's-
like nature versus nurture. Nature versus nurture, I think.
I don't know. I'm just.
But
like,
I'm
that's how I
I'm
am.
very affectionate with certain people, and then other people, I'm just like,
Don't touch me.
I love you, but don't touch me.
Uh-huh.
It's very strange. I don't know. It really depends on the relationship I have.
But now I'll go in for the hug. Like if Kail comes, I'll go
because
in.
I've been around long
now
enough.
you
Yeah.
know her and like you're comfortable. But if you've been like a person that is, I don't want to say not. What word am I looking for? Sheltered, like not to say you were sheltered, but like if you grew up like that,
Protected.
not getting that affection and stuff like that, you're definitely not going to grow up and be like, oh yeah, let me just hug everybody on the street. It's not going to come to you.
Yeah, like my biological mom is not very affectionate. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
she's not?
No, I feel like she's sensitive but not affectionate.
Okay,
so
there is a difference.
That's actually how my mom is.
if I saw her, she might not necessarily like hug me, and I might not have seen her in like months or something, and she might not necessarily hug me, but then
She might cry.
yeah, I feel like that. Yeah,
Okay.
but see, I'm kind of that way too.
Yeah.
But then my dad is
Is he a hugger?
yeah.
Todd's a hugger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I ever met him, would I call him Todd or Mr. Chrisley?
Oh, God. Okay, so... yeah, I think he prefers Mr. Chrisley. Honestly.
So I would call
He's
him
kind
Mr.
of
Chrisley.
formal in some senses.
I'm not formal. I don't think he would like me.
I'm not formal either because I like calling people by their first name.
Definitely would
My
judge
mom
me.
hates that. Like, my mom has literally, since I've been growing up, like, I always call people by their first name.
Same. I always did.
And she's like, that, like, they're older than you. Like, you need to show respect. And I'm like, but they gave me the okay on
I
saying,
always, like, as a kid, would call, like, my friends' parents, like,
Their
by
first
their
name?
first names because that's just what we did. And my friends called my mom by her first name. But I've noticed that, like, in
So you would
having
always
kids,
add Miss in front.
Yes. So, like, my kids' friends will call me Miss Kail. And, like, I have my
Yeah.
kids call them, you know, Miss Jen, Miss Lindsie.
right.
But I don't.
People don't do the last name thing anymore, I don't think.
Unless
You know,
you're like
like-
a teacher or something.
Even a teacher, sometimes they'll go by their... If they're a young teacher, they'll go by, like, their first name. It'll be, like, Miss Ashley or...
right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is
I
kind of
know,
weird.
like, Lincoln's teachers at preschool go by Miss and then their first name. And then Isaac's teacher at school, they go by Mrs. or Miss, Mr. whatever, last name.
Last name, got it.
I don't care if my kids' friends call me Kail or Miss Kail. It doesn't bother me.
See, it bothers me.
You want them to call you...
You want Miss Lindsie? Or
Yeah.
Miss...
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I was raised in the South.
Right, so it's a little different.
But a lot of Northern people find that to be offensive if you add the, like, Miss in front.
When you're older.
Yeah.
Like, my one friend, the woman that I stayed with a long time when my mom went to rehab, I always called her Robin. That was her name.
Mm-hmm.
But she would get mad when people called her Mrs. Hopwood or Miss Robin. Like, she didn't
makes
like
you
it.
feel old,
She didn't like it.
When, like, there's a boy who works at Chick-fil-A with me, and he calls me Miss Danielle, and I'm just like, you don't have to call me that. You know that,
But
right?
you are
Like,
in the South. Like,
Yeah.
that is customary.
Like, even when he texts me, he says, hey, Miss Danielle, and I'm just like,
What?
I think that's so sweet and nice.
I mean, it doesn't... I don't care.
Yeah, it
guess.
doesn't
Like,
really
I
bother
find
me.
when I hear kids do that, I'm like, they were raised right. Like, they were raised to
Be respectful.
be respectful.
Sure, I can see that.
I
For
see
sure,
it
can
as a
that.
form of respect.
So, going back to Danielle, has Justin paid for your chicken wings or...
yes.
Okay.
Like,
Just
when
asking.
we go out, like, so the first time we went out together, he took me to the movies where you can have dinner and eat in them.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
was
Fork
super
and
cute.
Screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we, like, you know, I had a glass of wine and, like, ate and everything. And then we went to the bar. We went to the bar that's in the movie theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'll get this round of drinks. And he's like, honestly, that's so nice. Like, I'm not normally around women who want to,
Contribute.
you know, yeah, like, pay it forward kind of. So from the beginning, I've been standing out. And, yeah, I believe in sometimes I'm going to pay for things. And that's just because
50-50, yeah.
that's because I want to. And it's
Right.
not, it doesn't even have to be 50-50, but like if we go out to dinner and like you keep paying and paying and paying, what money are you going to pay your bills with?
Right,
Like,
right.
so I'm okay with like, oh, like I'm suggesting we go to this place.
So I'll pay.
I'll pay tonight. And like some guys will be like, no, you don't have to, and I'm still going to pay. But, you know.
See, I did that in college, like when Will and I were dating, you know, because,
Right.
you know, he was playing baseball and he got a scholarship check or whatever, but it probably wasn't a lot. I don't even know how much it was for. I
Right.
never asked, but, you know, of course he had his parents' credit card too.
Oh, okay.
So,
Ballin'.
you know, there was that. I'm sure he was balling on his dad, like, for
Shoot.
sure. But then when he stopped playing baseball and then turned his credit card into his dad whenever we, like, started living together, we would kind of, like, not really split things, I
But,
would
like,
call
take
it.
turns, maybe?
Yeah, kind of like, and I guess like I was like such a gift giver like back then for him. You know, I would like to go to Dick's Sporting Goods and buy him stuff and whatever, like for him to come home from baseball and like have stuff. So basically I bought all of his clothes. But then he would always like pay for meals and stuff, even if it wasn't a date.
Right.
And I don't even know, like, how does that work? Because when Will and I were dating, I never felt like we were really dating because we hit it off so well from the jump that I feel like we were just doing life versus dating, because we would go out to eat and he would always pay for it, but I never really considered it like a date
date?
unless we designated it as we're
A date
going on a
night.
date. but we'd go out to eat together all the time and it wasn't considered a date. You know what I mean?
Like you guys are
I
just
thought
eating.
about that too, actually. Like, I've been, like, out to eat with somebody that I'm with.
Yeah.
Like,
But you don't
me and Chris
consider
used to
them
go
dates.
out to eat all the time. But, like, yeah, like, you designate, okay, let's get dressed up and go on a
Yeah.
date.
Yeah. But
With, like, they're less frequent.
yeah, they're less frequent because you're
And
just
you, like,
living life.
probably get dressed or, like, do your hair and makeup,
Yeah.
which I never really... I guess I've never, like, did that before you're already in a relationship. And I've said that a million times. But, like, I've never, like, got dressed up and gone out to eat on a date before we're already dating. So, yeah, it's like doing life. You're
yeah.
going out to eat, but you're not necessarily on a date. Is it a date or is it not a date?
I don't know.
Because
You
have you
can
seen those
consider
things
them
on
dates.
Twitter where it's, like, the guy and the girl in the car, and it's, like, Popeyes, and they're like, is this a date?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is
yeah,
it a date?
that's what I'm talking about.
Like, is it a date? Like, going to grab food?
You
Is that a
can
date?
consider it a date if you want to. I feel like it's all up to you. Like, some people are like, I don't consider that a date. That's cheap food. I can get it myself. Like, duh. Yeah, of course you can get it yourself. But
I can get date food
if
by
you're-
myself, too,
If you're
but-
enjoying the other person,
Company,
like,
is it a date?
it's
Okay, but this is
probably
like
a
an
date.
example. Okay, we lived together in college, and it's like some mornings we would have breakfast at home, but some mornings we would be driving to class and like jump in the Chick-fil-A drive-through. Like, that's just doing life. That's not a date. That's
Yes,
like a
it's not a
requirement
date.
meal.
Right, and so, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's doing life.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So, yeah, I've never gone through, like, the dating process because I was
Because
just
you guys
doing
are
life.
on your
Yeah.
way to somewhere. It's not like you're sitting down and
And, like,
enjoying each other.
right.
But even if you go and get Chick-fil-A and you're sitting down at the house and you're having a conversation and stuff like that, that could technically be considered a date.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
So, guys, how have you all been sleeping? Because Lindsie and I sleep great. Ever since that we discovered Brooklinen Sheets, which was named the winner of the Best of Online Bedding category by Good Housekeeping. Brooklinen is the fastest growing bedding brand in the world with over 20,000 5-star reviews.
Yeah, the incredible feeling of fancy hotel sheets has me sleeping so cozy and comfortable. These sheets, guys, if you have not tried them, I know we've talked about it so much on the podcast because they really are amazing. I have ones with patterns, but my favorite ones are just the white sheets. I love them. They always feel so good after I get them out of the wash, and they're clean, and I just get a really good night's sleep.
So these sheets don't just feel great, but they look great too with many different colors and selections. Lindsie and I both really love the white ones. I know Lindsie
That's
has
so
tried.
plain, but
I
like-
know, but you've tried the different ones
Yeah.
too. We prefer the white ones. We love them.
My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets that I've ever slept on. Brooklinen.com has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use promo code COFFEE at brooklinen.com.
Brooklinen is so confident that they offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all their sheets and comforters. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use promo code COFFEE at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com, promo code COFFEE. Brooklinen, these are the best sheets ever.
I told you I can just sit and stare, so it doesn't matter.
I mean,
to me.
yeah, I will
That's a
just-
date.
And see, I don't. You know, I'm just not that way. It's like, I've got stuff to do. I'm busy. Like, we're either dating or we're not, or we're
Doing life or we're not.
Yeah, doing life or we're not. Or
So it's all in with the Lindsie, if anybody was wondering. Like,
All in or all out?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do.
There's no medium.
I don't want to do the middle stuff.
Yeah, like the halfway, like half-ass in, half-ass out. No.
That's a
Like-
no. Yeah.
I want the whole ass or none.
honestly, I do want to comment. I think I'm the most requested guest only because I'm not saying that like I'm not the same as you guys, but I'm different than you. Like,
How are you
I'm
different from me?
I feel like I'm like literally an average person,
So am I.
and I really.
How
Okay,
am I
but-
not average?
Okay, but you've been on TV.
But what
you
am
have
I?
been on TV. Like, you guys are moms. And then it's literally just me. Like, I'm...
But we relate on a lot of levels.
Right. I'm not saying we don't relate, but I'm saying, like...
But you're saying
your
you're different.
Your fans are probably like, oh,
We're
like...
not relatable.
No, they're probably like, oh, my God, I love her because she is
Normal.
normal.
So am I.
But do you feel like we're
Lindsay's
more alike?
the only one that's not normal here.
Who's not normal?
Lindsay.
Why?
She's the only one.
Why is she not
Like, what's wrong
normal?
with
Because
me?
she's like super, don't take this the wrong
Yeah.
way, super bougie. So like she likes things a certain way. She likes to do things in order and just very different. And I feel like I'm very laid back and I'm kind of ratchet.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we're not alike in those senses, but I'm saying like the fact that you guys
are moms and on TV
and you would be in the famous bracket to people. Whatever. I'm not gonna lie. Don't front. Like, people will literally go to war for you guys. That doesn't happen to me. I don't like.
I'll go to war for you.
And I think it's refreshing to them to know that you guys do hang out with someone who's normal. Because it's not
like a normal person, like not just like a TV person.
Exactly. You guys aren't always surrounded by.
You're my only friend, like a friend that's on TV besides my own cast, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like
Moniece.
Oh yeah, no, I take that back. I do. I love Moniece and I love Bobby, who I met at Marriage Boot Camp, and Amina and Peter. But like, I don't hang out with them regularly.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I see Moniece only a couple times a year because she lives so far.
But I don't even like people. To be honest,
yeah,
you know, like I'm just not a people person. Like, I'm very,
but
my family, my work, my life, goodbye.
I do want to, like, when we were in the airport that time and we missed our flight and the lady took a picture with you, the one with the glasses and the braids, you remember her?
No.
Anyway, I think the picture's still on my phone, but she referred to me as your assistant. Only because I'm a normal person. Like, it's not like you're going to see me.
That's so rude.
It's so rude.
That is so...
I mean,
you didn't tell me that.
I wasn't offended. I don't really care. Like, I had the baby, so it was kind of like... That's how people see it. Like,
that's crazy.
And you know what? That's funny that you say that.
Yes, now that you're saying that, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense because that's happened to me a few times with friends that are not on TV. It's like you're almost looked at as the help, or if like somebody,
right, like an assistant or the nanny or the entourage, which I don't have.
But like kind of.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. But I'm sorry that they thought that.
No, I'm not offended. And she had said it to one of her friends, like when I was walking with her. She was like, "Oh yeah, Kail and her assistant." And I have no issues with that. Only because like nobody knows where I am. Like, it's not like I'm like plastered or like I was on TV too and then they just forgot who I was. Like, that'd be more embarrassing.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how people see you guys. Like, if somebody normal is with you who they don't know, they're always going to assume that like
the help.
Exactly. So I think it's refreshing to your listeners that
you have a normal friend.
I am your friends. Like, friend. Sorry, I messed that up.
Yeah, you are our friend.
Yeah. And I'm just
So back to the eating thing, because this bothers me really bad.
Okay, what?
Obviously, a lot of things bother me.
It's okay.
I bother my own self.
I know. I get on my own nerves. It's fine.
Yeah. Going to a restaurant and you see a couple sitting on the same side of the bench.
Okay.
Can y'all not touch anywhere else besides like the Chick-fil-A booth? Like, why do you need to be... Do you do that, don't you?
I don't do that. I have done it.
But why? You can't even have a comfortable conversation that way.
Okay, so one time, the guy wanted to sit on the same side of the booth as me because the TV was in front of him and a game was on, so we sat next to each other.
Okay, I get that. That's a different story.
Okay, fine. That's fair.
But I haven't initially, like, been like, oh, let's sit on the same side so we can, like, cuddle, because that's annoying, kind of, like...
I'm not cuddling at a restaurant. Like... We can do that at home.
I'm not cuddling maybe at all.
How did you even get pregnant? Because
the ice queen.
Yeah, I am Elsa.
Oh, you should be her for Halloween. I can see that. Big blue
I am
eyes.
The ice queen. Is that Elsa or Anna?
That's Elsa.
The ice queen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Elsa.
I'm that. Honestly, if somebody else touched me, I would be offended. And remember when you were talking about like people touching you in the club, like, is that like...
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's talk about it.
Life is so stressful. No, so since the Me Too movement came out, I literally have, like, thought back on my life about all the times that I have been sexually harassed, and honestly, it's been a pretty great number, and I feel like other girls relate to that because, like, you can go out and get groped on your breast or on your butt, or you can get, like, somebody says something nasty to you.
And we just accept it and keep it moving.
Exactly, and we act like it's normal when it's really not. And the one time
nobody acts like that's normal.
Yeah,
people have definitely grabbed my ass, and I don't even acknowledge it. I just keep walking.
Yeah.
Or people have whistled at me and said shit to me, and I don't.
And you don't say anything?
no. Like, what do you say?
Well, I mean,
If somebody did that to me,
don't tread on me. That's what you're supposed to say?
no, I would say, excuse you. That body part belongs to me and not you. And who the fuck do you think you are?
And
but if
they
you're at a club,
literally-
you don't know who it is. You don't even know who did it.
But guys get very nasty. Like, this is one of my biggest
I don't
fears
go to
that
clubs.
I went to a
out.
club when I was like 21.
Right. One of my biggest fears, though, is that I'm out and I turn a guy down or something.
And then they do something to retaliate.
They follow me to my car or do something like that. And a lot of people ask me, like, oh, when you go out, like...
That's so terrifying.
You talk to a lot of people, and I'm just like, because I don't want them to kill me. Like, honestly and truly, like, this is the world we live in, that people get offended and they retaliate against you and try to hurt you or do whatever they're going to do. And in college, I had an incident where a guy came to my room and my roommate wasn't there, but he was more so friends with her. And he was telling me about how he was pretty high, and I was like, okay. And I just actually had a T-shirt on. I took a nap, so, like, I had a T-shirt but, like, boy shorts on. And he, like, touched my leg, and he was, like, you know, kind of getting handsy and flirty. And I was just like, can you not? And he, like, got aggressive and, like, pushed me up against my dresser. And I was so terrified. And I got out of it, and I ran into the hall, and I screamed. So, like, everyone came out, and he was so embarrassed. Like, this happened my freshman year, so he didn't look at me for the rest of college.
Good. He shouldn't have.
Like, and I was just like, this is so crazy because
where would that have gone if you wouldn't have screamed?
Exactly. What would he have done? And I have been out at the club, like, not recently. It was a while ago, but I was out at a bar, and a guy kept groping me, and he was with another group of guys, and I was like, can you stop? Like, can you stop? Can you stop? And, like, none of his friends were checking him or anything like that. And it's just like,
y'all are just going to sit here and let this happen.
Yeah, hold your friends accountable. I don't care if they were drunk. And I told him, I'm like, alcohol is not an excuse for you to touch me inappropriately. No. And this guy literally said, then what's the point of drinking? He said, you should take it as a compliment that I'm even, like, doing this to you. And I was just like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with guys who think like that?
I turned down a guy in middle school. I was in I can't remember if it was the 7th grade or the 8th grade. Turned him down. I said something like, fuck yourself or something like that. Like, don't come near me. This child in middle school brought a 10.5-inch butcher knife to school, brought it into the bathroom, and luckily 2 other boys were in that bathroom, and he described to them how he was going to kill me. And they went to the principal. This went to court. This is a real thing.
Yeah, and it happens.
We had
scary.
to go to court.
But do you feel like certain types of girls get preyed on more than others? Because I feel like I am almost not like non-approachable, but kind of, you know, like I feel like some guy would not try that with me because I feel like they could look at my face and know that, like, nah.
I don't know because
I feel like
anywhere you go, it could be any kind of people that you meet, and you never know what anyone is thinking.
I don't think that I'm approachable. I mean, I'm a big bitch. Like, I'm a big girl, so like I feel like naturally, why would you like? A lot of people will assume that I'm mean or not approachable, and I feel like that it still happens to me. Like, I've still had people grab my butt before.
It's just like you never know. Like, somebody could approach you, and then you'll be like, no. Please get the fuck out of my face.
Because you're tiny.
They'll literally be like, well, I didn't want to talk to you anyway, you ugly bitch. And I'm just like...
I don't care if they say that.
I'm like, but you literally just stopped me to talk to me. Right. So you did want to talk to me.
Right.
Don't try to lie now because I turned you down. And I don't... It makes me uncomfortable because it happens to a lot of women and we just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Because the reaction that we get is not good. Not that I care if people call me a big bitch or an ugly bitch or whatever they want to say, but... It makes me nervous that somebody could follow me or attack me or I don't know. Like when I was growing up, I used to hear a lot of stories about people with acid.
Yeah.
Like people getting acid thrown in their face for
turning. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I can't do it. Like,
didn't you say that there's something in the bathroom?
It's about human trafficking.
In the bathroom in the hotel?
Yeah. And that's what made me think about it. Like I went to it's like right as you go out the door, and it basically just has some instructions if you think somebody's being...
Following you?
Yeah, or if you see someone who you think is being held against their will, like what to do and who you can call and how it's confidential.
Human trafficking, I feel like, is becoming more of a thing lately. Like, it's more, people are more aware of it, and people are
what would you do if you got trafficked? Like, what would
nothing?
like,
You
like
probably
I don't even know what you do.
Because they,
you know?
I think they drug you.
It's like they kidnap you,
like in the movie Taken. Like they drug those girls,
send you wherever they need to go for money, and then you're in the cycle. Like,
and you're probably
it could probably happen really fast.
And all those viral Twitter pictures that are going, like so and so's been missing. It's all those young girls trafficking.
This just happened. One of my old dance teachers, who's really near and dear to my heart, she's like a second mom. She tweeted something about her friend's daughter who literally was out having a good time with her friends. She didn't drink a lot, and the next thing she knew, she was waking up in the back of somebody's car.
Oh,
and she had no idea who this person was, where she was going, and how she got there.
Did she get out?
They drugged her, and what happened was they stopped at a red light, and she stumbled out of the car, and like somebody saw her, and like it was an Uber driver actually, and he drove her like 2 hours to her house, like to make sure she was okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and she's like, if
that is so scary.
If I didn't get out, what would happen to me? This happened in Florida, so
I feel like you almost can't live life anymore because of the way that the world is and how sick some people are. Mm-hmm. I just prefer to stay at home.
Yeah,
honestly, like I just don't go places unless it's like a designated event that I'm doing or being a part of. Then I just don't go places. Yeah.
I'm not. I've never really been a clubber. I've been a couple times when I was younger, but I've never really been a drinker or anything. So I feel like that helps me at least be a little more aware of like what's going on around me. But it's still, you just never know, especially because I feel like women are preyed on. You know, we could be walking down the street at night and not necessarily aware that someone's following you or, you know, clocking your every
move. Yeah. No. I don't know. I think it's so scary to think about girls going out and drinking and having a maybe lapse of judgment on some things and then ending up in a totally wrong situation. And yeah, like, why would a guy in this day and time even take a girl home from a bar? Because if they're intoxicated, they can't really consent. So it's like you're putting yourself
at risk
already just taking someone home from a bar. Right. So why would that even be like a thought that crosses your mind?
Because guys don't think like that. Like, they're not considering, like, oh, this could really backfire on me. They just know, like, she's super flirty.
Well, and they might be drunk, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, it's a lot of blurred lines, but I just know a lot of boundaries have been crossed in my life, and I know I'm not the only person that things like this happen to. Just like I'm not the only person who has funny dating stories, but sometimes it's just, like, some people don't get it.
No, they don't.
Like, my friend tweeted the other day that she works with a girl who has to be escorted to her car when they leave work because a guy who got fired from there has been coming to the job to stalk her.
Oh, hell.
And that's in D.C. Like, and that's one of my good friends, too.
And it's like, who does that? Who takes that much time? Like, you would have to be
already corrupt.
Yeah, like, who takes that much time? Like, oh, yeah, I know this girl's going to get off work at this time, so I'm going to go and ruin their life. Make them scared to death. Like, who gets off on, I'm going to scare this girl to death?
People just don't know how to handle issues like that.
Like rejection.
I mean, even like my story. Like, I told you to go fuck yourself and you're going to kill me now? Mm-hmm. Like, what?
Yep. That's scary.
This is the scary thing, too, because I literally live life with blinders on that Will has told me so many times, you need to open your eyes and realize, like, what's going on around life. Like,
don't be so naive.
Don't be so naive. I mean, I will go into a store and have a agenda, you know, like I have a list of things I'm getting. Never even notice a single other person in the store other than myself going up and down the aisles.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean?
Kind of like have tunnel vision.
Yeah, I have tunnel vision.
I've had that before.
But I had that in life. Like, that's not just like going into the grocery store. That's
everywhere.
I just have tunnel vision, and I don't think about the things that I see. Like
you don't see anything coming.
No. Mm-mm.
We gotta work on that,
which is terrifying.
Now that I live in Georgia, like, I've tried to improve on that only because, like, when I was in Delaware or when I was in Jersey, I knew my surroundings so well.
Yeah.
Like, but now that I'm here, I'm like, these people will kidnap me. People have told me to do Uber. Like, oh, you need extra money? Just be an Uber driver.
They'll stab you from behind.
Because I literally have seen on the news that a lady got a new car. She went to do Uber. 2 girls beat her up, stole her car, and then crashed it. And the insurance wouldn't cover it because she was doing Uber. And, like, she was in the hospital. I'm like, they ain't going to get me or my car.
No. Like, no. Actually, funny, Kail and I Ubered from an event last night. Mm-hmm. And the lady that was in the Uber was so insightful.
I loved her. Oh, my God.
Her name was Phyllis.
Phyllis. She was great.
Yes,
and
Phyllis.
I loved her so much. And I was like, can I have your number? And she's like, yeah. And then I texted her and I was like, thank you so much for like, it was like therapy in the car. And she was like, no, there's a reason why you got in my car. Like, know your worth, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I freaking love Phyllis from Uber.
Yeah, me too. And
love
I'm like,
her.
And to be honest, whenever I saw the Uber pull up, I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know about this. Like, maybe we shouldn't get in the car. And Phyllis was literally the nicest person and so like life smart that I was just like,
we love her.
I loved her so much.
Uber drivers give the best advice only because they're super non-biased.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, you needed to get in my car today because you needed to hear this from someone who doesn't know you.
Yeah, and
she had no idea
who
who the
the
hell
situation,
I was.
and you're just like, they're like, girl, you're dumb, or keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. There was a little bit of both from Phyllis.
There was a little bit of both for Phyllis,
sure.
but she kept it real. She kept it 100.
She did. She was great.
Yeah,
we love you,
I love
Phyllis.
them.
Maybe we should have left her a Coffee Combos business card.
Oh, we should have.
Damn it.
Do you still have her number?
Yeah, she still has her
I
number.
texted her.
Nice.
Kail already's texting her.
Yeah.
Kail's like using her for therapy.
Could you just help me?
I'm in a situation where, she
Well,
was great.
Guys, we're going to keep you updated on Danielle working with me.
Yes, and also her relationship status because we love Justin already. So I'll be the judge next time I come.
You're going to meet him in person the next
I
time.
am.
Yeah, we can do that.
And I'll probably meet Justin before you.
And I'll also pay for my own chicken wings.
Okay.
So we can all...
Same, kumbaya.
Anyways,
Oh, wait.
What?
If you guys ordered Kail's book,
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Danielle.
you are so welcome. Please look out for a few sticky notes. I might sneak them into a few books. So if you want my autograph, it will be in a select few books. And Lindsie might put some in there too. So
check your books.
check your books.
It's kind of like the golden ticket, except there's no
Willy
prize.
Wonka. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
prize, but you can tweet us and we'll probably retweet.
Yeah, we'll retweet. And I love, I love surprising people. Am I famous? I'm like a D-lister right now.
I mean, you might be after signing the golden tickets.
Yeah, and
Well, we're
honestly, check
D-list, so
every page.
I don't know where you would be.
I'm D-list subcategory B.
Right.
Not the first one.
It's fine.
That's
Anyways, don't forget to go over to Coffee Convos Podcast Instagram and follow us and give us a 5-star review on iTunes.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.